Hey everybody and welcome back. Certainly glad you could join me today. Before I get started, I want to say thanks to everyone for hitting subscribe and hitting the notification icon, and for viewing this video, of course. That really helps me out. Also, a huge thank you to my patrons and members. Your names are going to be running across the bottom of the screen as we speak. So in this video, I just wanted to talk to you about how you can take your DAZ Studio work to the next level. DAZ Studio is a great tool for hobbyists and amateurs, not only because it's free, but also because once you know the basics, you can create some really awesome images. Eventually though, the basics are not enough and you start looking to get into more advanced stuff, and you hit upon the biggest issue with DAZ Studio that there is, and that's their business model. Now, I'm not hitting out at DAZ Studio Productions. Their business model is working for them, and in spite of their pretty lousy customer support, it does make sense. The lack of documentation is intentional, as it makes people want to go to the DAZ Studio marketplace rather than trying to figure things out for themselves. Using the marketplace assets for your work is okay for a limited use, but there are a lot of things that you can't do. And also, anyone with a bit of patience and a basic knowledge of how to use morphs can pretty easily copy your characters, their clothing and their environments. Maybe they won't do as good a job of it, but it's still irritating to see your beloved character being misrepresented, doing things that they wouldn't normally do, and it's even worse when it's done in really low quality renders. So for those of you who haven't put it together yet, the pieces that I'm pointing to, the point that I'm driving at is this. If you want to get serious with DAZ Studio and start pushing your work to the next level, you need to start learning to create your own assets. This means building characters from the ground up, rigging and skinning them, creating your own clothing, your own hair, your own props, and of course your own environments. This means that you will be allowed the creative freedom to use your characters however you want, and it will significantly reduce the likelihood that someone's going to plagiarize your work, because it won't just be a case of dragging a few sliders around. They will actually have to craft the model themselves. Now, I understand that this can be quite a daunting task. A lot of people will just completely ignore what I'm saying here when I say this, but it really is the only way to get beyond the cage of using marketplace assets. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be creating some more advanced videos alongside the usual content to help you get started, but I'll only be doing it with software that I'm familiar with and that I already own. If I get to the stage where I have a bit more financial support from Patreon or from this channel, then I will look into buying other pieces of software and doing videos for those, but that's not the case for the time being. So I'll mostly be sticking with DAZ Studio, Hexagon, Maya, Photoshop and ZBrush. So if you are interested in stepping away from the marketplace or whatever piracy site it is that you're using to get your free content, stay tuned for more awesome content, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks very much. Bye bye.